Welcome to the New World Order Showcase Podcast. Your host, Jill Hart, the Coach's Alchemist. Couldn't be more excited to have you join us today. On this podcast, we celebrate the champions of change, the up-and-coming life, health and transformational coaches who are fearlessly stepping forward to make a difference in the world. Get ready for inspiring stories, practical tips, and powerful moments that will motivate you to make a positive change in your life and those around you. We're happy to have you join us on this incredible journey as we dive into the world of life, health, and transformational coaches who are lighting up the path towards a better tomorrow.
Hi, and welcome to the New World Order Showcase podcast. Today we have with us Preeti Kumari?
Kumari, yes.
Kumari, okay. And Preeti's in India, right?
Yes.
Joining us from India. So welcome to the show. It's so nice to have our podcast going international here. We've had
Thank you
people
so
from
much.
a lot of different places, but nobody from India yet. So welcome. Preeti is a transformational coach, and she helps people take their passion and turn it into a productive endeavor. So tell us a little bit about how you got started, Preeti, and what you're doing and how you're doing it and all the stuff.
Sure. So let me start with what I do, and then I'll relate it to my story, how I do. Is that okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So Jill, what I do is I partner with the individuals who like to move from their passion. So I totally believe that everyone has that potential. Everyone has that potential that they can reach to the height of their success, either in their professional or personal life. So I partner with that individual to help them to move from their passion, from their goal to the potential where they want to reach. And I just stay there with them. It is not about me, it is about the clients, it is about them. So that is what I do. I'll talk more about it, but before that, I just want to talk about myself and how I came into coaching. So when I started coaching, my coaching journey, that was about 1.5 years back. So I was looking for something which actually give me that purpose. So I have been doing different things in my life. So I have been uh, trailing a spouse for like 14 years, and we have been as a family moving to different countries. So every country we had been is like for 4 years, 3 years, something like that. So we have been in 5 different countries in last 14 years. So every time we moved, I had to leave whatever I do like did there. So I've worked as a finance professor, I've worked as a entrepreneur, where I've started my own entrepreneurship, and I've started my own company in the field of mentoring. But I resigned because of some personal reason from that company, and then I also worked as an art teacher. So every country had given me that, different opportunities where I have worked on. But it was like I still was feeling a gap. I still was feeling that this is not something what I meant for, what I have been like. I've came to this, life. So what is my purpose? So I was not finding it. I was not finding it like, okay, this is what I want to do. So I was looking for something more. And that's when coaching came into my life. When I started coaching, so I've been a very helpful for a person from the very beginning. So I have been helping my family, my friends, my knowns, everyone, but it was not as a structured, way of helping. But when coaching came into my life, I found, okay, I can help people where I am not the, like, I'm not the one who is helping people. It is like I'm there, I'm just there so that people are realizing their own potential, and it is giving me a lot of you know uh, uh, some kind of what to say, some kind of like a feeling where I feel, okay, I am doing something. So that is how I started coaching journey, and I'm still working towards it. So since this coaching came into my life, I have not stopped there. I have I'm working. I am trying to find out the many tools, techniques, so that I can build up on this coaching journey where I can, I'm a person, a very visualistic person, and I like to talk into metaphors. So many of in my coaching conversation also metaphor comes always, and I'm a very visualistic person. I'm an artist also. So I feel like I am, from last 1.5 years, I have been, gathering the toolkits. I have the kit, and I'm gathering the tools and techniques to help more and more, to build more and more myself. So I have done learning in emotional intelligence. I have done learning in positive intelligence. I've done mindfulness. I have also like nowadays I am incorporating art as a tool to help in the coaching conversation, where, because what I feel, art gives that visual effects where individual can see very deeply where they are going, and when it is visual, the individual can find depth inside it. So it's a very systemic and holistic approach. So that is where I started, and that is where I am right now.
Very cool. Very cool. I love the art piece that you're incorporating into it. Can you talk a little bit more about that, how that works?
So this art thing is like I am incorporating art as a tool. So when we talk about when you have that pen and paper or the colors, you see everything in a very depth. So like I'll give you an example over here. So I was doing one of the coaching conversation with one of my client to make it more simple, to answer your question. So she she wanted to find out where she is right now and where she wants to go, but she has no clarity at that moment. So when we did a coaching conversation using the art tool, so she find out that she drew some a butterfly, so that represented her. Now once we started digging over there, she found out she's the butterfly, you know flying on the sky. Like it is, the sky is the arena, sky is the world where she can fly. It can be anywhere, and she found out the flowers, the grass, and all those things. So it gives her a very systemic and the holistic approach, so she can she understand. It's basically through art you can create that visual representation of the various system in your lives. This system, it can encompass your family dynamics, your work environment, your personal inspirations, or society influence. So by translating these systems into art, individuals, they gain a clear understanding how these are interconnected and collectively influence their well-being and growth.
So do you just ask them to draw a picture for you, or do you lead them kind of on a guided tour of what to create, or
So
how does that work?
no, it's not a drawing a picture. It's like a finding out what they are seeing, where they are seeing. So expression, it's not about creating a masterpiece. It's not about creating a drawing. It's about where they are seeing themselves. It can be a colorful, throwing of all the colors together. It is so. it is not a, it's not a creating a masterpiece. It is about how you see yourself at that particular moment, and from there what you gain, what understanding you are gaining.
So if somebody were to be working with you and you were going to use the art tool, you would just tell them what? I'm trying to understand it. I'm a little obtuse.
So, so it depends on the clients. It depends on the clients where they are. Sometimes it ends up with only, the pouring of the colors, all the colors together. And sometimes it's all just a visual representation of different shapes and sizes. Sometimes it's a representation of a good artwork. So it depends where the client is and where the client wants to go. So the coaching is not about me, it's a very client centric thing. And when it is a client centric thing, it is not about me telling them what to draw and guiding them how to draw. It is not an art teaching or something. It is something what they want to do. So sometimes it's just a visual expression in terms of circles, in shapes, in sizes, different shapes, a bigger circle, smaller circle. So it depends on the clients.
That's really interesting. It's a very unique approach to helping people kind of get clarity on where they are. And I love that you're pulling in from different aspects of your own life
Yeah.
experience and helping them to be able to expand theirs through that. That's really, really very fascinating. So you work mostly one-on-one with your clients? Is that what I'm hearing? Or do you have group coaching that you do?
No, I have group coaching also. So I do work one on one also. I do group coaching also. So, as I said in the beginning, I have been a trailing spouse. So, trailing spouse means I had to leave my, job so many times or the work so many times. So, I have been adjusting myself according to the resources. But this story is not about, leaving the job or something. This is about my resilience and grit. So I never gave up or I never set ideal. And I know how it feels like. So I nowadays I am associated with one of the NGO also who work to help women to come back to career, like a second inning for them. So I'm helping many women on that aspect also. So I am doing group coaching for them, group coaching combining mentoring for them so that they can come back. So I do that, and for this art. um this art is like using art is one of my tools and techniques. So for that also I do group coaching, group workshops and all. I also am certified in emotional intelligence, as I said in the beginning. So I do workshop or talks in that also, in the part of, so I do master classes on emotional intelligence and all.
Interesting, interesting. So you work a lot with women that are like in the same situation that you're in, they're trailing spouses. I mean, that's got to be hard.
Yeah, so I am not as a trailing spouse only, but I want to give back to the society in the sense now I am there where I can help other women to come up also. So I am doing it as like helping women. So this is one of the thing I do, that I help women to come back to their career. So so for any reason, like in developing countries, if but because of any reason women sometimes leave their job, and they are well educated and they want to come back to the career, but they lose somewhere, their confidence and how to do, because the market is too competitive and it's hard. So they need sometimes hand holding, they need sometimes a push. So I'm helping them in that particular area where I coach them, I mentor them, and help them to gain that confidence.
That sounds like a very powerful
Yeah.
assist for a lot of these women. My mom was a was a trailing spouse. She was the wife of a naval officer, and we traveled all over the world. And she was always having to, find something else to do. It's never, you're never able to just pursue the career or passion that you want when you're having to follow your spouse around all over the world.
Yeah.
So my hat's off to you that you were able to do that, and that you've come to a point where you feel like I can step into what I'm supposed to do now.
Yeah. So I have worked earlier as a finance professor also, and I love talking to youth a lot. So that is something which, give me energy talking to youth. So that is what I do mostly. So these things, what I was telling you, the helping women and all, I do. But my main area of coaching, it's about helping youth. It's about improve the communication and the leadership in youth professionals, guiding them in setting their meaningful career goals, developing their essential skills, uh, and I also like to challenge the toxic workplace cultures, because I have been moving around with my husband and I have been seeing him working in different organization, and I have worked myself also, so I have that understanding of toxic culture. So I talk a lot about this toxic culture, safety, psychological safety. And now I am doing currently I am doing a course in systemic team coaching. So I am so my niche or my work area is mostly with the young professionals and the young leaders, where, because nowadays it's like young professionals, they are struggling with lot of things. They have to work virtually, they have to work in different time zones, they have to work in different kind of team. Sometimes they don't know even their team members. Someone is in India, someone is in US, and they never met also. They have to work together. And then the hustle culture. Nowadays the young professionals, they want to do each and everything. So there are so many things. So what I am trying to say is, what I'm doing is that I'm collaborating like everything, for the young professionals, so and the leaders, where I'm working for their emotional intelligence, their positive intelligence, and I'm using different tools and techniques. Like one of the tools I talked about is art. I use that technique for coaching them. So it's not only one-on-one coaching or a group coaching. Uh, it's like I do a lot of one-on-one coaching. I have coached leaders, I have coached executives, I have coached different, women's and the youngsters. I do a lot of group one-on-one coaching, and then I also do the group coaching in these areas.
Did you work with companies sometimes where you can go in and you can help them get their young professionals all on?
No, not yet. Not yet. So I have not done any, company assignments yet. But as part of my certification, the one which I am doing right now, team coaching certification, advanced
Mhm.
certification in team coaching, for that I have to do some assignments in, going to companies and helping them do that team building and conflict management and all those things.
That sounds like a really interesting kind of tangent to go off of for what type of coaching that you're actually doing. So
Mm.
I know that you offer a chemistry session. How does that look for people?
So the chemistry session, it's all about like knowing each other. So if I am fit for the, because as coaching, as I said to you, coaching is all about client centric activity. So it is not about a coach. So the chemistry session gives that clarity to the clients if I am that coach for them or not. So
Mhm.
I offer that chemistry session to the individuals. Come talk to talk to me, just find it out that how we are good match or not. And if we are good match, then I am providing like 3 months packages also, one-on-one coaching, and even one or two sessions also. But the 3 month packages which I am doing, which I am offering, is basically it's not only, it's like moving a individual from point A to point B, where I am their partner. I am there with them in each and every step, and I help them to be like build their action plan, their accountability. So that 3 month package give them that everything, the all together. But yes, chemistry session is something where we know about each other and where the client wants to go move forward.
And 3 months is a really good time frame because it's not so long that you're tired of it and you're not really seeing the results, but it's quick enough that, in 3 months, if you get a really good result, you
Yeah.
you feel motivated and maybe you continue on. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, well, is there anything else you'd like to add to this?
So what I want to, I want to say to the listener is, it's not about, it's about you. It's about what you want in life. So what I believe is everyone has that potential to reach that success, and everyone has so I totally believe that one decision that can change your life. Like for me,
Sure.
that was my decision that time. It was during COVID time, and I was like, this is something which will give me that, this is something which I am born for. So that one decision opened my path. So I just want to, tell the audience that one decision is needed for them to change their life, and you all have that potential.
And yeah, everybody has something special to contribute to the world. And it's like we're all put here for that, to find that purpose and to act on it, because there are other people that are waiting for us. And if we don't ever find that magic that we're supposed to share, then the people that need that to go and do what they're going to supposed to do, they never find it. It's kind of like a chain reaction. So you're really helping to facilitate change all over
Mm,
the world by just helping at one individual at a time or a small group at a time. It's really
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
So, what's the one thing you want to leave the audience with today, Preeti?
So the one key takeaway I can say is, I I want my audience to understand is the transformative, power of holistic personal and professional development, which includes emotional intelligence, work-life balance, understanding of the open space, judgment-free dialogue. These elements, when integrated into coaching and personal growth journey, it can leave them with a, profound changes in both professional and personal life.
It's so nice to find ways to incorporate both your personal and your professional life so that they're aligned, and it helps you to feel more centered in your whole life rather than, you're this person at work and you're this person the rest of the time, and trying to keep the two separate. And it
Yeah.
it makes us feel divided when we're trying to live that way. So I really appreciate what you're doing. How can people get in touch with you?
So I have my LinkedIn profile there, and I'll share with you. Uh, so people can DM me there,
Okay.
and I also have my website which I'll be sharing, and from there people can connect to me, and definitely the WhatsApp is there anytime for
Okay.
anytime. The email is there. So yes, there are so many ways people can connect to me, and I'll be sharing that to you. And uh, it, it just um it just to take a step to overcome that challenges and lead to a more fulfilling and successful life. And
Yes.
coaching
And
can really help that. I have seen so many you know transformational stories in my own journey. When I have been coaching, I have seen that. So
it
I'm
just
super
makes you feel
excited.
so good inside, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I'm super excited and I feel energetic all the time when I talk about coaching, when I, do the coaching. I really feel because I have felt the power of it. So
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, magic. When you see
yeah,
the light bulb come on in your client's eyes, it's like, oh, oh,
that aha moment.
yeah, yeah. Well, be sure and put all the links in the show notes so people can reach out to you. And thank you so much for joining me today, Preeti. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for so much for having me. Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the You World Order Showcase podcast. We hope you've enjoyed hearing from our incredible life, health, and transformational coaches who are making a profound impact on the world. Remember, change begins with you, and you have the power to transform your life and the lives of others. If you want to take that next step and unlock your true potential, visit thecoachesalchemist.com, where you can find the 3 ways we can help you for free to spin your talent into gold with clarity, a system, and a plan. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an inspiring episode. And if you enjoyed today's show, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback means the world to us and helps us reach more people with our positive message. Stay connected with us on social media for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and upcoming guest announcements. You can find us on Facebook at the You World Order or simply visit thecoachesalchemist.com.